Good morning. It's September 20th, and today we're going to do Mount Carrigain. So the Sawyer River Road is closed because of a massive washout. So we have to park at the end of the road, just kind of like you would if you were coming to do this trail in the winter. And we're going to head up to Carrigain. With the road walk, it's going to be somewhere between 14 and 15 miles. But it's what it is. I'll show you our route. So we're parked here today, and we're going to be doing the 2-mile walk down to Signal Ridge here. Then we'll be taking the Signal Ridge Trail up, all the way up here to Mount Carrigain. Then we're going to backtrack. And that's our route. So it is a cool one. I think we have the coldest weather we've had since May today. Upper 30s, low 40s right now here at the base, and it's going to be clear. So got to dress a little warmer today, and we're going to hit the trail. All right, let's do it. All right, so Sawyer River Road is going to be a slight uphill the whole way. You can see there's plenty of leaves on the ground. Everything's starting to change, so we'll be taking this for about 2 miles, and we'll hit the actual trail up to Carrigain. All right, continuing down Sawyer River Road. Looks like we're coming up on that washout. So this is the reason they've shut down this road indefinitely until they can get it repaired. Yeah, I can see why they shut it down for now. If this collapses anymore, it could be a very dangerous situation for somebody. Wow, look at that. Bad storm, huh? Right down to the river, and as you can see, the leaves are starting to change. All right, let's continue down the road. Getting closer to the actual start of the Signal Ridge Trail. This little bridge to cross over first. This is the brook we're going to be walking along. I believe it is Whiteface Brook. Go from the other side here. Very nice. And there's the parking lot where you'd normally park, and the start of the trail. Signal Ridge Trail, Mount Carrigain, 5 miles. All right, let's go. Pretty quick into the hike. We're walking alongside the brook. My understanding is we'll be walking alongside it for a first little bit here. All right, continuing along the brook here. Cold today, but be some cool little spots to take a dip if it was a hot day. Alright, I'm going to take a look at this waterfall. Look at that. A couple of them here. Some nice little pools to dip in. And back on the trail. Alright, got a little mud patch to make our way across. You gotta be careful mud like that, because sometimes you step in it and you just sink. No way of knowing. I could have broken my poles out and tested it, but they had rocks there, so I didn't have to worry too much about my foot placement. Looks like we're doing it again. Moved away from the brook for a little bit. At least it's trail's starting to dry back out. You can see for the most part it's pretty flat. There's a couple of little slight inclines, but nothing really to write home about yet. I think we saved most of the incline for the last couple miles to the summit. All alone out here so far. I haven't seen a person. 3 cars in the parking lot when I got here, but that doesn't mean much. Alright, walking in a green tunnel as far as the eye can see. Now we got our first water crossing here. Let's see how we're going over. We got here, we got a campsite. I think so. Look at this. Nice fire ring. Close to the water. Pretty clear. I would say this is practically right on the trail. But it is a previously impacted site, so that might be something for a future journey. Alright, here's some serious bog bridges here. As we approach intersections up here. I believe this is going to be the intersection with Carrigain Notch. Yes, it is. All right. So, Carrigain Notch Trail to Nancy Pond Trail. I'm going around the side of Carrigain. Mount Carrigain 3.3. That's our way. Not long after taking that left at the intersection, but the trail changes drastically and starts to go up. We knew this was coming, but had a couple of switchbacks. Looks like we're switching back again. Go level for a little while, and then I know I'm going to hit a point pretty soon where it's just going to be steep for the rest of the way to the top. But I'm anticipating some really good views from the ridge, so I'm not going to be complaining when I hit that steep part. All right, look at this beaver action here. That's definitely a work for beaver. All right, we got a little bridge to cross. All right, so it's 8:45. I've gone 5 miles so far this morning, and I have about 2 1/3 to the summit. So here on out, it's just up. So I know the nice flat easy trail we've had much of the way in is over now, and we're just going up and up. We have to make up all that elevation. We got a long way to go to Carrigain. It's the 15th tallest of the 48, so actually I don't think that's right. I think it's the 15th of the 67. I think there's maybe the 13th of the 48. Anyway, we gotta go do some work. All right, so we're closing in on 6 miles in. We're about 2,900 feet up. No, that's not right. I want to say 3,300 feet. And like I said, about 6 miles in. Seen 2 people coming down. I guess they were doing a sunrise hike. Because I thought I got an early start. But they were heading down. I passed them about 8:30. So had some pretty good elevation gain, and now it's mellowing out a little bit. And you can see it up ahead, but this is actually mellowed out compared to what we just did. I know we're going to get another big jump coming soon. This is our first real good peak, looking, I believe, north here. You can see the foliage is changing. All right, just in the midst of going back some rare switchbacks here. About 10 o'clock, about 38, between 38 and 3,900 feet. You can see there's a lot of leaves in the trail already, so that and the rocks made it a little bit slow going up these inclines, but we're making good time still. Like I said, it's only 10 o'clock, so we're 7 miles in about 4 hours. We're sitting about 4,300 feet. Expecting to break tree line soon. Looks like we're going to get a look out here. right before we break. Let's see what we got. Whew! Pick a good day for this. It's Mount Lowell right there with all the scars in it. Mount Washington. And the presidential's there. Wow, clear as can be. What kind of... Couldn't have planned this one better. Glad I held off. I was disappointed I didn't go last week. And I saw that there were views, but today is crystal clear. All right, let's go find that ridge line here. Right after that, that little lookout there. That's where we're going, up there. Summit's within reach. All sorts of little spots to hop out on and soak in the views. Back into the trees. All right, I think I found the well. There's the old well. Must be near the camp. All right, here's the camp. which means we are right on top of the summit. Little fire pit. Room for a couple of tents, not a ton. Approaching the summit. I point 3 back to the road. There we go. Carrigain summit marker. Number 47. One more to go. Not much to see. We'll get a couple of views here. At the base, and then of course we're going to head up the top of the observation tower. Right there you can see the Signal Ridge Trail. That's the way I came up. Just can't get over how beautiful this is. Do a 360. I'm all alone here on top of the observation tower now, so I can do a nice 360. But look how clear it is today. This is looking back at Franconia Ridge, Owl's Head, and Bond Cliff, and Bond, and the rest of that Pemmy Loop. You can see Pointy Garfield sticking up over there. And Washington and the Presidentials are this way. And back there, Signal Ridge Trail where we came in. Here we go, just hanging out here at the elevation marker, just thinking about one more left. Next hike is going to be a Z-Bonds Traverse, so I can tag Bond Cliff, and I'll be done with my 48, and then we'll move on to Vermont and Maine. Very exciting. 7 miles out, and thinking about dinner. All right. One more left. All right, just a little bit before noon, and I'm started my way down. So I'm gonna have roughly 7.5 miles back up to the car. All right, approaching tree line again. A little lookout. I don't think I went in this one. Wow, huh? Observation tower is nice, but I'll tell you, even though it doesn't last too long, this little above tree line part on the ridge definitely is probably my favorite part of the hike. Just something about it, being able to be above tree line like this. Maybe it's because when I'm up here, typically it's just me on the ridge, not a whole bunch of other people. I love sharing the summit with people and celebrating with them, but sometimes it's nice to have something just for you. I definitely came out here on the way up, but that's where we just were on the summit. Alright, I think we're going to get ready to go back in the trees. Alright, so we're back to the intersection. Sawyer River Road, 1.7. Alright, let's do it. Just under 4 miles to finish if you count the road walk. But should be pretty flat from here. Alright, so I have about a mile left of the Signal Ridge Trail, and I'll be back on Sawyer River Road, my 2 mile wide road walk. So all in all, it's been a good day. Really, the trail's in great shape. One crossing that was low, very easily rock hopped. We have, you know, rocks and leaves in the trail and that sort of thing, but that's to be expected this time of year and in the White Mountains. And I think we'll probably be coming up soon on the only little bit of mud that was in the whole trail was within this first mile starting. And there were rocks placed, so it was pretty easy to get over. So no worries there. It was a good hike. It was a great day. I'm so glad I waited for today to do it. Had all the views that were advertised. Beautiful. So finish up this last mile. All right. Approaching the end of the Signal Ridge Trail. And we just got our road walk left. There we go, Signal Ridge Trail. Beautiful. And on to Sawyer River Road. And our road walk is done. Well, we made it back to the truck. Carrigain with the road walk because of the washout. Ended up being, for me, 15.5 miles, 3,970 feet of elevation, and I was able to maintain an average pace of 33 minutes a mile. So I'm happy with that. It was a great day, number 47. One more left, and now we're gonna get something to eat. Thanks for watching.